Have you ever put your heart and soul into a YouTube video and then you hit publish and nothing happens? Well, that's not bad luck, that's a bad hook. And if I told you that this little fish was all I caught after 2 hours of fishing, you'd probably tell me I needed a better hook or some better bait. And the same thing happens on YouTube every single day. So let's talk about why the size and the quality of your hook, not just in fishing, but in your YouTube videos, determines what kind of audience that you catch. If you're new here, I'm Dee Dee Parody, and I love to fish. And there's just something peaceful about being on the water early in the morning or late in the evening when the water's calm, and it's just you and nature. But let me tell you about a time when I spent 2 hours fishing with the wrong equipment. Recently, I grew up fishing. My granddaddy had ponds for irrigation that we fished in all the time, and my other grandparents actually lived in Florida with the ocean and lakes all around, so we fished a lot. So having so much experience, I was positive I knew what I was doing. I had my pole, my tackle box, my worms, and I had everything ready to go. But after 2 hours, all I had to show for it was this tiny little fish. And I realized it wasn't that the fish weren't there. It was that my hook wasn't right for the water I was fishing in. And the exact same thing happened to me on YouTube. I'd work for hours on a video, scripting it, filming it, editing it, and then put it out there thinking, this is some good content and people are gonna love this. But then nobody clicked. My impressions were low, my click-through rate was atrocious, and I really couldn't figure out why. And it's not that my audience wasn't out there. It's that my hook wasn't strong enough for the video I was making. And once I figured that out, then everything changed. Because here's what most new creators, they don't realize. Your hook is everything. So let me break down what a YouTube hook actually is and why it matters more than the content itself. So what is a YouTube hook? Well, it's actually 3 things working together. It's your title, your thumbnail, and your first 15 seconds. It's that title and thumbnail that gets the click. Your title and thumbnail are the bait. That's what people see when they're scrolling on their YouTube page. And if those don't grab their attention, they're not going to bite. But here's the thing, even if they click, if your first 15 seconds doesn't deliver on the promise you made in that title and thumbnail, they're gone. Think about it like this. People click when they see 3 things: a promise, curiosity, and emotion. The promise is what they're going to get. The curiosity is the gap between what they know and what they want to know. And the emotion is what makes them care enough to find out. So let me show you what I mean. So a bad hook would be, today I'm talking about thumbnails. Well, that's boring. There's no promise there, no curiosity, and no emotion. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. A great hook would be the one thing that can double your views this week and nobody's talking about it. Now the promise is doubling your views. The curiosity is, what is it that nobody's talking about? And the emotion, I don't want to miss out on this. So your title and thumbnail are your bait, and your first 15 seconds is the hook that decides whether they stay on the line or they swim away. Okay, so you've hooked them. They've clicked. They're watching. Now what? Well, now you got to keep that line tight. In fishing, if you jerk the line too soon, the fish slips away. And if you're too slow or let the line go slack, they never get time for the hook to set in. They lose interest and you lose them. And the same thing happens on your YouTube videos. And this is where retention comes in. Retention is all about pacing, storytelling, and editing. And you can't waste time and you can't ramble. You can't take forever to get to the point. Every single sentence needs to move your viewer closer to the payoff that you promised them in the hook. And I'll be honest, I used to struggle with this one. I'd hook people with a good title and thumbnail, but then I'd start my video with, hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. And by the time I got to the actual content, half of my viewers were gone. But once I started scripting with my audience curiosity in mind, everything changed. I asked myself, what do they want to know right now? What's the next question in their head? And if I could answer that before they could click away, I was golden. So test your hooks the same way fishermen test their bait. I mean, that's why their tackle box is full of all kind of different bait. And pay attention to what works. Look at your analytics, see where people drop off, and then tighten that line. Now here's something that every fisherman knows. You wouldn't fish for bass in salt water. Different fish live in different waters, and you need the right hook for the environment that you're in. So in other words, Know what water you're fishing in. And the same is true for YouTube. You can't use the same hook for every audience. What works for an 18-year-old college student is not going to work for a woman over 50 who's trying to start a business or a YouTube channel, or for someone who wants to learn how to crochet. For our audience, people our age, the hooks that work the best are the ones that speak to confidence and clarity, creativity and reinvention. We're not looking for the hype or trendy things. We're looking for practical help and real encouragement. So when you're crafting your hooks, ask yourself, who am I fishing for? What do they care about? And what problem are they trying to solve right now? And then study your analytics like a fisherman studies the tide and the moon. Look at which video gets the most clicks. Look at which thumbnail performed the best. Pay attention to the language that resonated with your audience. Because once you know the water you're fishing in, you'll never waste time casting your line in the wrong pond again. So let's bring this full circle. I don't want you settling for small bites when your message deserves an ocean full of viewers. You need a hook that keeps them coming back. And once you learn the right hook for your audience, everything will change. Your click-through rate goes up, your retention improves, and most importantly, you start attracting the right people who actually need what you have to offer. And here's what to remember. Hook them early with a title, a thumbnail, and an opening 15 seconds that create curiosity and deliver on your promise. Keep them interested with tight pacing, clear storytelling, and content that answers the questions in their head. Know who you're fishing for. Study your audience and pay attention to what's working. And craft hooks that speak directly to them. Your content is good and your message matters, but if your hook isn't right, nobody's ever going to see it. So go back and look at your last few videos and ask yourself, really stand back and look at it. Would you click on this? Would you stay? And if the answer is no, it's time to change your bait. So don't settle for small bites when your message deserves that ocean full of viewers. And if you want to keep learning with me, and if you want step-by-step courses on hooks and thumbnails and scripting and everything else that makes YouTube work, I'd love to invite you into the Confident Creator Circle. It's my new Skool community for people over 40 who are serious about growing on YouTube. You'll get courses, I'm going to be doing some live coaching, templates, and a supportive group who gets it. And right now it's free while I'm still building it out. And the link is in the description below. And if you want to learn about the 5 mistakes new YouTubers make, just watch this video here. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!